About the Standard and Poor credit ratings for state of Sri Lanka at CCC triple C plus stable, and the pending foreign reserve crisis of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka due to withholding of the International Monetary Fund Washington, withdrawal of the trade account balance of payment bailout packages due to political reasons, despite the agreements proves otherwise, and also the foreign debt component to the China and to the other liabilities in foreign loans to with regard to Sri Lanka development bonds overseas. So I think in this case, one suggestion which I have mentioned earlier is international sovereign debt factoring by China with regard to Sri Lanka loans. The second option is U.S. Federal Reserve Bank to open a branch in Colombo and issue U.S. federal dollar bills in Colombo to the South Asia and to all other Asian countries and also to the African countries to get over this foreign currency crisis because of the the failure of the U.S. Globalization policy, global trade policy, as due to the unexpected, unforeseen COVID-19 pandemic, which the U.S. government must now, through the Federal Reserve System, must correct. That is the second option available. And the third option will be with regard to the Sri Lanka's credit ratings going down as indicated by Standard and Poor triple C plus stable level, and also the reserves of the government of Sri Lanka moving down to $4 billion with more liabilities from the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation of $3 billion, and also the Sri Lanka Commercial Bank liabilities also very high. I think the other option would be to make the Sri Lanka rupee a convertible currency 100%, so that Sri Lanka can exchange rupees and obtain dollars and pay the loans. I think these three options, that is either China do a new financial instruments that I suggest today, a new financial product where sovereign debt due to China from Sri Lanka being factored under sovereign debt factoring program to another stakeholder who is actually must take the more accountability towards Sri Lanka, like Transnational Government of Tamil Nadu. And after all, they are also Sri Lankans, right? And because Sinhalese have been looking after the, once the war ended, Sinhalese, like upon my advice, the President Mahinda Rajapaksa had been looking after the Sri Lankan Tamil people's requirements in Northeast with so much investment on infrastructure and so much creations of the infrastructure, but it doesn't develop much economic output, the GDP, because the Sri Lankan Tamil community in Northeast, especially North, they depend entirely on the migrants, Sri Lankan Tamils, Canada, EU, and Canada and the USA foreign remittances. So they have luxurious lives without